My name is Osahon Akpato, and I am Head of Consumer Payments at Ecobank Group. Ecobank is a Pan-African bank across 33 African countries, and I'm going to be speaking today about retail payments across Africa. Africa is a large continent. It's actually much bigger than it's shown on many of those global maps, but that's another topic. It is the demographics of the continent that make it an attractive destination for business. As you've probably seen, lots and lots of foreign direct investments have been flowing onto the continent in the past year. This year, so far, over $4 billion into this tech startup world. By 2025, it's expected that the population will reach 1.5 billion people. And it's a very young population with the median age of about 19.5. So this means that the workforce is going to be growing, and consumer spending is expected to top $2.1 trillion by 2025, which is a massive opportunity since the majority of transactions are currently done in cash, even though that's reducing. So there's an increasing adoption of smart devices as well, as mobile broadband penetration increases with the lowering of the costs of data plans. And this means that more and more people are going to be able to be served by the applications that are being developed by several tech startups to solve the problems of people on the continent. Now, as mentioned earlier, the use of cash is reducing, but it remains king. Electronic transactions are growing very quickly, and the opportunity to convert people, or should I say digitize cash transactions, is quite large. In 2019, cash was used for 13 times the number of transactions compared to electronic. However, that ratio continues to go down as cash use reduces, and by 2025, it's expected that cash will be about 79% of all transactions, where it's at 93% right now. Cash, however, does have hidden costs to the merchant and also to the government, which is one of the motivations as to why some of the governments are looking at central bank CBDCs, the central bank digital currencies, like Nigeria has just recently launched the e-Naira. The cost of printing and transporting cash is huge. And if you can reduce that, then that would be a good thing. So when it comes to online payments, the continent is not homogeneous. West and East Africa are largely mobile money areas, while North and Southern Africa are card and transfer driven. For Nigeria, according to a study done by McKinsey, 42% of online transactions were done via cards, while 34% were done via electronic transfers. So there's, it varies from country to country. And any company that's looking to serve businesses with payment solutions needs to consider these differences with an omni-channel offering. Now, there's somewhere on this continent, there's somewhere between 85 and 95 million micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, MSMEs. And when I say about 95 million, I'm not talking about subsistence farmers. I'm actually talking about businesses. The micro enterprises employ somewhere between 1 and 10 employees, while the small ones go from 10 to 50, and then the medium-sized ones go from 50 all the way up. So these are big employers. 80% of the workforce, adult workforce, is employed by MSMEs, and they're very important to the economy of the continent. But a large number of these MSMEs are micro enterprises with the 1 to 10 employees. So they're small, and to serve them effectively for large companies is sometimes a challenge, which is why the use of technology is very important, because it can provide innovative and cost-effective solutions for these companies. In Nigeria alone, there are something like 42 million MSMEs, according to a SMEDAN survey recently. And the COVID-19 pandemic has had a devastating effect on these companies. Now, African small and medium-sized enterprises have a variety of challenges. Some of them are market access, some of them are financial, some of them are administrative. So on the financial side, collections is a big challenge. Just the offline collections, as in a person going into a store and paying them. Online when they have to do that, they start doing e-commerce, which is growing very fast. Cross-border payments, you have to receive or pay for things across the borders. These are challenges that they're dealing with. Access to credit and liquidity, it's a big challenge that businesses have. Calculating their taxes, paying their taxes, all of these are challenges on the financial side. On the administrative side, things like accounting, having a payroll system, invoicing, business management, these are challenges that they're facing. They need help with business advisory. For example, when you hear about all these funds being raised, these are sometimes in a Series A or a seed round. Somebody had to advise them on how to do that, because many of the people running these businesses are not familiar with how that works. They need strategy help. They need market analytics, data analytics on reports and business insights on the companies that they're running. Sometimes they need escrow services to manage that counterparty risk. They need inventory management. They need business registrations and incorporation, getting the licenses and certification. So there are a variety of challenges that businesses have in their everyday lives. And this is where companies who are looking to serve on the payment side could actually make a difference. Because rather than just offering digital collection service, there's an opportunity to actually offer value-added service along with that and be more successful. We've already established that there's a large amount of payments, up to $2.1 trillion worth of consumer payments expected by 2025. And these cash payments, majority of those payments right now are cash. So just converting into digital, there's some value there, and there's money to be earned, as we've seen from some of the unicorns that have stepped out of the shadows in some of the countries, such as Flutterwave or InterSwitch, in Nigeria, for instance. These are companies that are serving businesses by charging a small fee for handling the transactions, but the margins are going down. The take rates for in the merchant collection business, margins are going down, especially in environments where they're trying to drive a cashless policy and there's regulatory pressure on the fees. But also large merchants would negotiate lower fees because they might have that clout to be able to do so. And so nobody wants to pay the fees, or should I say, there's a little convenience there, but those fees will keep tending towards zero. So when there's an opportunity to meet some of those needs that I mentioned earlier that businesses have by providing value-added services, then that could be a good way to be successful. So, for example, now imagine a grocery chain who do a lot of transactions and have also negotiated a very good merchant service charge, but they would be willing to pay for enhanced performance, where very few people have problems at the counter and they just get through. And so that's the kind of thing that companies are willing to pay for. Or picture a fashion retailer. The number of fashion retailers that signed up for buy now, pay later has tripled in the past couple of years, because that's a service that it brings value to their customers and helps them sell more product. So that's it for me. I just wanted to share some of these thoughts on the payment space and retail payments in Africa. And with that, I'll hand back over to the hosts. Thank you very much.